All right, I'm here to share some of what I've been learning about prostitutes. I will tell you, learning about prostitutes, like studying them in depth, is not for the weak. It's really hard not to get depressed. So I was thinking about how to frame this, and when my kids come home from school, we used to do this thing where it was good, bad, surprising. You had to tell me something good about your day, bad about your day, and surprising. So we're going to do that. So let's start with something bad and just get it over with. I've learned lots of bad things about prostitution historically, but one of the just deeply frustrating things is that it was not considered legally possible to rape a prostitute, basically because she was engaged in sex work. The court treated her like she had given consent to everybody under all circumstances till the end of time. It didn't matter if she wasn't actively working, if she had been a prostitute, at an earlier time in her life and then later was assaulted. It wasn't considered possible. So that's horrible. So there's not that many court records of prostitutes who even tried, because I think on some level it was understood that it wasn't possible. Go to surprising, which is also kind of bad, but I didn't realize how many prostitutes historically were married. A ton of them are married. And in fact, there's a lot of prostitutes that are married and their husbands are the ones who basically get them involved in prostitution. Prostitutes were able to out-earn people, men and women. It didn't mean that they were necessarily rich, but that had to do with what they had to pay for, paying for protection, paying for rent, whatever. If a husband is able to take his wife's income from prostitution, he's going to make more income than he might have made otherwise. For example, like soldiers were allowed to have their wives come with them, and some soldiers actually either married prostitutes or married women and then had them prostitute themselves, because those women were allowed to be on the campgrounds and so were accessible to other soldiers, and that was a good way to earn side income. I guess good being an incredibly relative term. So that's been surprising, not slightly awful. And then something good that, again, all of this is just tinged with kind of horribleness, but I didn't realize how many prostitutes buried each other. But prostitutes who didn't have any money still shelled out money to take care of funeral expenses for each other, and showed a lot of care at the end of life, when these women who didn't have family and didn't have other people to take care of that, they could have just had pauper burials. Their prostitute friends would take what little they had and use it to bury their friends properly, which is sad, but also very sweet. So now you know.